Thank you, Edie. You may have your seat. GTAP. Tunajenga. Good. All right, so I want you to open your phones. Go to Facebook. I'm sure you have a Facebook page. If you don't have, please open one today. Open your Facebook page. We are streaming live on Facebook. So your people need to know where you are, right? So please go to the Facebook page. Make sure you're following the Green Thinking Action Party on Facebook. Green Thinking Action Party on Facebook. Like it if you haven't, follow it if you haven't, share that broadcast that is there on your page, and everybody else will be able to follow. The people who are following you will be able to follow. Sawa sawa. That is Facebook. YouTube is GTAP_KE. GTAP_KE. Make sure you follow our YouTube page, because sometimes we will be posting information there when our party leader is on TV. You will see that. When some of us are on news, you will see that. And then you know our website, because I'm assuming you got you registered into our party through the website, which is www.thegtap.com. That's our website. Has everybody shared the Facebook page? Yes? No? Yes? Sasa mkienda kwa market watu wasiporespond mtafanyaje? Has everybody shared? Very good. So, I want to talk about the power of the media, and we'll see that. In the morning, I gave you an exercise to do. Did you do the exercise? We've done the exercise. Number 2, have we taken our official photos? All of us. Mumeenda kwa booth, mumechukuliwa picha. Picha moja, ulikuwa na GTAP sign, picha ingine ulikaa hivi. If you've not taken that photo, during this process, at some point, before our party leader comes and speaks, because he's on the way, make sure you have taken your photos. Then all of you will leave here. I know you're seeing some people with a kofia and a t-shirt. So long as you finished your photos, you will get that. Don't worry. There's a t-shirt for everybody, there's a kofia for everybody. But I need you to give me your attention during this session. T-shirt sizifanye ukose lesson. T-shirt utapata, kofia utapata. So long as you're an aspirant, you will get that. I want you to pay attention. Why is media important? And I know my chair for the election board talked about us focusing on 2 SDGs. But I also want to submit to you that everything you do cuts across all the other SDGs. There is the SDG number 1, no poverty. When our environment is safe, when we are not cutting trees, when we are not doing all that, what does it mean? We get rainfall when we need to get rainfall, isn't it? And we are able to get our crops, and our people are able to get food. When we get food and people can eat, Uganda, even when there was war, people could still eat. Why? Because the environment is taken care of. So when we take care of the environment, we also take care of our stomachs. The other thing, number 2 is zero hunger. There's no poverty. When there's food, I see my workers in the village, and I tell them, they don't ask me money for food. They can sell mgomba wa ndizi, watakula, watasiaga mahindi, watapata ugali, watachuna mboga kwa shamba, watapata chakula. So when we are able to equip our people to take care of the environment, then we are securing the future. Good health and well-being. When you are breathing in toxins, that's why we are talking about cancer, we are talking about all these other things. That is SDG number 3. So all our SDGs work hand in hand with ensuring that our climate is taken care of. Gender equality. It's the women who go looking for firewood. It's the women who go cook. When we have hunger, it's the women and children who suffer first, isn't it? So when we are able to ensure that even in our manifestos, when we are engaging, we are ensuring we don't leave the vulnerable. And the vulnerable in this case are the women and children. Then we know we will go ahead as a country. So as you're thinking about your manifestos, as you're thinking about why do I want to run, also think about how am I ensuring that beyond telling women to come and sing for me in my meeting, what else do I have because women are loyal when they decide that they are going to vote for you. The boys will change their mind, and like our ED has said, akishapata 200 amepeana kura yake ama amepeana ID hata kupigia kura. But when a woman says she'll vote for you, a woman is loyal. So make sure in your wards, in your constituency, you're making sure that the women believe in what you're saying. But for them to believe in what you're saying, you have to understand what are the issues of women and young girls in your county. If you don't know, then you're going to be running on the wrong foot. Sawa sawa. And if you have no idea of how to engage, niko hapa, Mama Africa yuko hapa, PC Penina yuko hapa, we can help you link the gender aspect. Don't assume that you can connect all the dots. If you can't, we are here to help you connect all the dots. Sawa sawa. All right, so the media team, are you ready for me? Yes? I give you an exercise in the morning. Who is ready to see themselves?
Kwa majina naitwa Jackson Yao, mwaniaji wa kiti cha MCA Kasemeni Ward, ambayo iko. Kwa majina naitwa Jackson Yao, mwaniaji
in terms of public speaking.
Kwa majina naitwa Jackson Yao, mwaniaji wa kiti cha MCA Kasemeni.
The voter wants to believe in you, but are you believable? Ama ni suti tu umedunga, umejitap. Unasema tu GTAP. When I say GTAP, you know what to say. GTAP. Hey, hata muna volume. GTAP. So maybe you've gone in the village, you have told people GTAP, they can do the slogan. But my friend, that's about it. Are you believable? So we are going to see who is believable and who is not. Are you ready to see you? And allow me to use you guys as an example, but tunajengana, isn't it? Tunajenga nchi, lakini hapa ndani kwa chama tunajengana, si ndio? Haya, wacha tuangalie wa kwanza.
Kwa majina naitwa Jackson Yao, mwaniaji wa kiti cha MCA Kasemeni Ward, ambayo iko Kinango constituency, Kwale County. Lengo kuu ni kuwaleta vijana, wamama na watoto kuwa kama kitovu cha maendeleo Kasemeni Ward, na tukizingatia mambo matatu sugu. La kwanza likiwa kuimarisha ukulima katika sehemu ya Kasemeni. Pili, kuhakikisha uhifadhi wa mazingira.
Notice before what he's saying, yes? Anaangalia juu. When you're talking to people, eye contact. I know sometimes we are, not in familiar territory, but when you don't maintain eye contact, what I was taught, because I studied body language, is that this person is lying. You might not be lying. You might just be shy. You might just be looking for a position, because I realize in public speaking we were taught, when you don't know, when you are afraid of this crowd, assume all of them are naked. That way in your head, you're not worried. So that's what we were taught in public speaking, just to remove your fears, right? They are more embarrassed than you are. So then you have more confidence. So just imagining that they are naked. So in that sense, I know speaking to people can be a challenge. Some of us have the gift, some of us don't have. Some of us, we just have the passion to serve our people, but we don't know how to engage. But one important thing, please, keep what? Eye contact is number one. When you're in the field, watu wako huku, maybe your wife is in the middle. So because umezoea mke wako, una focus tu kwa mke wako. Please, put your eye there, put your eye here, then you know whether people are following or they are not following. Sawa sawa? That is number one. Sasa wacha tusikie manifesto. Sijui kama tutaamini manifesto ama tutaamini. Please play that.
Ukulima katika sehemu ya Kasemeni. Pili, kuhakikisha uhifadhi wa mazingira eneo hilo la Kasemeni, na mwisho kuhakikisha thabiti ya talanta za vijana wote walio shule na hata walio majumbani. Na tukishikana pamoja tutaweza kuimarisha Kasemeni. Tusimame imara na Jackson Nyawa, tujenge Kasemeni. Asanteni sana.
Hivyo ndio mnapigia mtu makofi. Mpigieni makofi. Yuko wapi? Where are you? Yani zile tunamkosoa yeye hayupo. So bottom line, you could have a beautiful manifesto, and I've seen most of us are copying and pasting. You're copying somebody who has said this, wewe pia unakopi unasema utafanya hiyo. What makes you stand out? What is it that we will look at you and say, we remember you with this? What is that thing? Everywhere I go, people know, wakimention GBV, mimi niko hapo. People even call me thinking, I know everybody. Okay, I know many people. But people call me, kukiwa na issue, kabla hata ende police station ananipigia simu. People tag me on Facebook when there is a case, hata iko Pokot. Why? Because they should associate me with child protection and issues to GBV. What can we associate you with? Ni nini ambacho hata usiposhinda tuseme utakuwa namba 2. Tutasema huyu alikuwa anasimamia kitu hiki. Our challenge as people is to try and have everything in one. Unataka useme kila kitu. But you know what, you can only stand for one. You can't stand for everything, isn't it? We know what GTAP stands for. How do you link one issue with GTAP values? Just one. And sing that song. There's a young man in my estate. I live in Kitengela. He's running for MP. But unajua tunamuitaje? Douglas Wamata. Wamata kwa nini? Every time there's a blackout in the WhatsApp group, you know, it's a wider estate security team. Watu wanauliza, Douglas ujitolea. All of you are complaining there is no steamer. But Douglas will call KPLC and keep on calling and keep on calling, and then update us, they are coming. And then update us, it is fixed. And then they update us, nilikuwa ni transformer imezeeka, wamebadilisha. And actually it happens. Do you know jina yake ni nini? Douglas Wamata. Why? Because he's always there when it's an issue with KPLC. Sasa wewe unaitwa nani? Wewe unasimamia nini? And I'm not telling you to respond to me. I am telling you to think about that. Mimi nitaitwa wanini? What is that one thing that I am very passionate about? With or without an election, people know me. Our party leader is known for trees. Wangari wa Maathai anajulikana kwa nini? Miti. She would go, even freeing political prisoners, she would use trees. Like there was an angle for environment. So wewe, kama GTAP member, you have to have an angle for environment in everything you do. Sawa sawa. So when media calls people, you've seen people are in the media over and over again. Sindio? In fact, somebody, the budget. So K24 is calling, KTN is calling. We want a woman's voice in this conversation. But that's the day I'm seated looking at your papers. So I couldn't stop looking at your papers and go on TV. But why are they calling me? And people are like, why are they calling you all the time? It's because they're associating you with somebody. They're associating you with a woman's voice. They're associating you with, you will give the woman's angle. What can we associate you with as an aspirant? What will your constituents associate you with as an aspirant? I see some of you, you know, you are dressed whichever way you are dressed. But remember, with every person I am meeting the women kwa ground, kuna vile nitavaa. Kama naishi your area. So beyond the issues, kila mtu anasema hakuna maji, au vijana hawana kazi, all those things are general for this country. But what is specific in your ward? Josek, what is specific in Savannah ward? But this for me, all of them. Then when you drop all of them, watasema huyu hata tujue anasimamia nini. I don't know whether you've seen the billboards for Tim Wanyonyi. Tim Wanyonyi is the MP Westlands, and he wants to be governor under the ODM ticket. I saw his poster on Wayaki Way yesterday. His poster says, sio mimi ni sisi. But does it say he's running for governor? It doesn't. So even how you package, and that's why we are saying, for me, I'm very particular, and my chairman knows, that I really need excellence in our posters. And that's why we were taking your photos. And that's why we were asking for the one pager of what you're standing for. Ili, we try and summarize for you on the poster, so that tukikutumia e-flyer, it's easy, you just print. The quality is good, the messaging is correct. Wewe kazi yako ni kusukuma, sindio? So, Tim, yes, he's vying. People who are close to him know, maybe ODM knows. But me, who is supposed to vote for him, I need to know which seat he's running for. Hajaandika is running for governor. I might think he's running for MP. Clarity is so important when you're communicating. If you're not clear in your communication, my friend, you're going to lose it. Not because you're not a good leader, but you did not communicate well. That is why communication is important. Please play for me another clip. I've not seen them, so now ziona na nyinyi. Ninataka example ya mwanaume na ya dada. So nipatie ya dada.
Okay, my name is Mary Msuki Mudachi. I'm vying for Nairobi Women Rep under the party of Green Thinking Party. My campaign for Nairobi.
Sasa kama ujui party yako unatakaje? You see, just in a few minutes you've lost just a bit, Kwa sababu kuna Green Party. Unajua kuna Green Party? There's a Green Party in this country. Ya Agostino Neto. There's a Green Party. Completely green. Sisi kala zetu ni hizi, but yao ni complete green. So and for me, this aspect was to show you within 1 minute. The reason I was saying you do a 1 minute sound bite ni kwa sababu kamera zikiwa kwako, you are in the media, maybe there's an opportunity. There's a day I was looking for women from my party to be on TV, and I couldn't find. And I ended up choosing Elachi, she's my friend, Nyokabi, and we were on a studio together. But I wanted our women to be there so that I push you. So when you're given a minute is very expensive in TV and on radio. In fact, radio, they charge per second. The minute you make a mistake like that, which is an honest mistake, it's not a but that's it, you've lost it. Then tomorrow morning, when I could report Green Party. Sio Green Thinking Action Party. Green Party. Sisi kwa party, kwa board, tunaanza kushanga, huyu ni nani? Huyu. Are you seeing how you are just, for just a few seconds, you've lost yourself, plus you've confused your voters. Sindio? 1 minute counts. And train yourself from today. Kuenda kwa mira, kusema what you stand for in a minute. Jieke timer. In a minute. Because the people who are memorable on radio is about seconds. If you're memorable, it is what you can say within, in fact, I work with 30 seconds. But for you, I'm working with 1 minute. You need to be memorable within a minute. Nimekupatia mic, ongea. Unaonanga kukiwa na hizi party, the meetings, unapata journalist anasema, yes, so what did, budget, what was your thought? My friend, you have to think fast and think on your feet. So if you don't know the values of the chama, you did not watch the budget, you did not connect the dots of how the budget is affecting your people, you will not know what to say. Sini kweli? And the minute you don't know what to say, they will never come back to you. Wakuulize kwa nini, ule hata ukimuuliza hakuna kitu anasema. So that's why you find minute. Tumeelewana? Tuendelee kuangalia here. I just want to show you a few things. I'm using this example.
It's all about reducing poverty and reducing unemployment and creating wealth for the people. How do I reduce poverty and how do I reduce unemployment? By nurturing people's life skills and by nurturing their talents. Once we capture the talents that they can do and the life skills that they can do, I'll be connecting them to business opportunities in the corporate world and in institutions such as Wezo Fund, which are government institutions. It's all about bringing poverty and reducing unemployment so that people can create wealth through their talents and through their life skills. I'll be getting down to the people at the mashinani to help them to reduce poverty and to bring poverty to an end.
Any thoughts? By the way, we could start with the aspirant. What do you think of that? Camera, wacha kumwangalia sana. What do you think of yourself in terms of now watching that clip? How do you feel? How do you think you should have done it differently? Jikosoe tu kwanza kabla tukukosoe.
I think I repeated myself severally, and well, I didn't know that you were going to play this clip, but I think now I need to prepare myself better.
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed the repetition because that's a key thing. Because we find ourselves that when they imagine it's okay. You can say something and stop, even if it is here 30 seconds. I gave you 1 minute as a trial. But sometimes you find yourself, you're being interviewed, and you've said whatever you want. You know, verbose. You know, you have too many words that are just not saying much. Sawa sawa. To know your points and know them well, link them up with the current issues. Sawa sawa. Okay? All right. Any other? Mwingine anaweza kumkosoa? Ameshajikosoa? Nimeagree na yeye. Anybody else? Tunajengana hapa. Hapa kwenye chama tunafanya nini? Tunajengana. Huko nje tunafanya nini? Tunajenga. Anybody else? Yes.
I'm saying, thank you. My sister should talk with confidence that the content she's putting across. Memaliza?
Yeah.
Okay, I repeat. I was saying my sister should depict confidence in her talk. And then you don't pause so much. It's like you are thinking to remember what to say. You speak in a flow because the audience expects you to be smart.
Yes. So people, yes, Chairman wants to speak.
Yeah, I just to add icing on the cake of what members have also suggested. From the two videos, I think if you can use figures, they plug in quite a lot of things. So sometimes you want to use percentages. These people are without food. These are without this. Sometimes they impact more, and the media is in love with that a lot. So sometimes that, and also the camera person should make sure he or she does justice, because there was a lot of background noise.
Yeah.
And sometimes you want to focus on the head, not, so that you don't get distracted by other things, but the face. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So I hope we are all learning from her, because najua sitacheza zote, but because sitacheza yako imanishi sitaiona. I am committed to looking at each one of you, so that if we are here to support you as a team, we really support you based on what you have given us. Sawa sawa. Let me see a last one, and then I will play a clip on, Mama, we call her Mama Africa, but she's our secretary in charge of education. Karibu, please.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say to the lady, I'm almost certain without somebody cutting you offside on the mic, you know what you want. But now we've already been told that we're going to align ourselves and our agenda to the manifesto of GTAP. So what you can simply do is say, you're talking about what GTAP is saying about livelihoods, But that what you're saying is correct. Now, how does GTAP, the manifesto, how do they describe? So pick your words from there so that even when the cameraman catches you offside, you're not thinking, because you've already educated yourself and it's in you. And I'm not just speaking to her, it's to all of us, me included. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else before we just see a third clip and then we move on? I'll show you another clip from TV where I was. When you're asked a difficult question, how do you respond? Because guess what? They're going to ask you difficult questions. One of the things the media does, and sometimes you'll find your opponent has paid people in the media because you're going to use your local radio stations, for example, to reach out to your people. They pay the people, the journalists, for example. And the journalist asks you a question. And sometimes for us women, and I want you to pay attention, women, when they know you are running and your opponent is already afraid, or they just want to make sure that, you umesikia vibaya. And for us women, we are very emotional, and it's a good thing that we're emotional because then we're able to sense the needs of the people. There's nothing wrong with being emotional, ladies. Anyway, I digress. So the thing is, they will use anything. Have you seen they go looking for women and asking, who is your husband? Where are you married? Who was your last boyfriend? And they use that to make sure that, they wear you down. Focus. Sawa sawa? Focus. For the men, nyinyi hata mkiambiwa you slept with 10 women, in fact you feel proud. But it does not make you feel bad. You understand? For us women, it really makes us feel bad. But it should make you feel bad as a man if you've done that and you're a married man. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is your opponent will use anything, including your children. Last year, I was hosting women aspirants from different African countries. Women who are vied and women who are vying. We are doing a mentorship program in December. And we had women coming from 6 African countries. The challenge is the same everywhere on this continent. One woman, and I'm using this example to show you that this can happen to you. One woman, they targeted the vehicle that takes her children to school. And that woman was giving the party, the lead party, the movement, a run for their money for that particular seat. She eventually won, by the way. But they threw petrol bomb in the car and it killed the driver. And luckily for her, her child that day was unwell. Unajua sisi wamama tuko na sixth sense, eh? Mtoto amekwambia leo, kuna ile siku mtoto atakwambia anakohoa, utamwambia anafanya jokes, aende shule. Kuna ile siku anakohoa, unajua mtoto wangu ni mgonjwa, utamwambia asiende shule. So it was one of those days. They petrol bombed the car. The driver died. But that just strengthened her to continue running. And it's the women in the market who would pretend they're in that other party, they get secrets, they come and tell her, and that's how she won. Make sure the women's vote is firmly in you. You will win the election. But I'm also telling you, they will use your family so that they can make you not run. So if you're not a prayerful person, you will struggle. So I do hope you pray, because in GTAP we believe that God is supreme. And when we put him ahead, we definitely shall win. So make sure you secure your family with the blood of Jesus. You pray for your family every morning. Beyond praying for your campaign, pray for your family, because they will target your mother, they will target your wife, they will target your child to make sure that you don't run. But you know what? When you know God has given you that in your heart to lead your people, that tactic will not work in Jesus' name. So make sure you ensure you're praying, but know in your, the way Idi has told us, ukwe pia mclever, just don't go blindly. They will use your family. So your opponent will use your family. So when you go to media and they tell you, ask you a question, wewe si tulikuona juzi unafanya sijui nini, like Millie Mabona, they used to say, you are, wewe ni tasa. But she used that, she told them, the God of Anna who gave her a child. Please, my people, pray for me, for God to remember me. Guess what? She has won several times. I want you to rise up on your feet. Our party leader has just entered. Muendelee kupiga makofi. Karibu sana party leader. You may have your seats. So, as I was saying, if you also don't have presence, I remember I told you, go to our Facebook page and share it. I hope you have. If you don't have presence on social media, also people don't take you seriously. In this digital age, the young people will not take you seriously. So you have to have presence. You need somebody. If you are a parent, you have a young man in your home, engage him to run your social media page so that it keeps on updating the people on what you're doing. I like what Saina always does. I follow her on Instagram and Twitter. She's constantly saying something that I can retweet. Sawa sawa. Now, when I retweet, I have about 3,000 followers. They will see what she has written. Sawa sawa. So I want to follow your Facebook pages. I want to see what you're doing. Remember, strong media coverage can play a large role in driving progress and policy change. So even when you win, don't stop. Keep that account alive and keep on sharing information. One of the campaigns I was privy to doing, because I do a lot of campaigns, not election campaigns, is in Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone, when we had the Ebola situation, many girls got pregnant, and most of them were defiled. So people would defile a child and give money to that family for food because it was that bad. And most of them had lost their parents. When the government came in and Ebola was contained, what happened is that this government, the government of Sierra Leone, decided that these girls will not be taken into school. Yet we believe that access to education for girls means our society is safe. So we challenged the Sierra Leone government, and I'm going somewhere with this story. We challenged the Sierra Leone government on not allowing girls to go back to school because they were defiled. We asked them question number one, what did you do as a government to protect this girl from being violated? Number two, what sin has she committed? Where are the perpetrators who made this girl pregnant? If you can't answer those questions, these girls need to go back to school. How did we carry out this campaign? On WhatsApp. So find out in your constituency, in your ward, what do most people do? Are they on WhatsApp? Do they listen to radio? Do they watch TV? What do they do? If you have not mapped out that, it is very difficult. You will end up using more resources in an area which is not going to give you results. You might decide, oh, Flo, niweke kwa NTV ndio nijulikane. Okay, nitakuweka kwa NTV, but watu wako wanaona NTV. Ni sisi tu kama party tutasema yes, mtu wetu yuko NTV. But your people, what are they watching? Where is it easy to access them on media? Is it on your Facebook account? Do you go Facebook Live once in a while? But I'm telling you, we changed the whole country in Sierra Leone through WhatsApp. WhatsApps were sent in the villages. Women were watching WhatsApp. In church groups, they are the ones who demanded change from the government through WhatsApp. So the policies that my chair has talked about, when you get into that county assembly, when you get into parliament, you are going to use the method that works best for your people to reach out and so that the people can demand change from the ground. Sawa sawa, are you seeing how media is critical, not just now, but also to sustain the conversations we are talking about as a party, to sustain the conversations we are talking about as our manifesto, as teams in Machakos or Kitui or wherever we are, but also as individuals, as leaders. Sawa sawa. I want to know you for something. I want to link you with something. At least I can link my party leader with the trees. Nikimwona naona color green, nikimwona naona mti imepandwa mahali. You know, what can I associate you with? What can I associate you with? Ask yourself. In fact, ask your peers. Mukiniona mnanionanga aje? Mnaniona nini? Najulikana wa business, najulikana whatever it is you're known for. Run with that because that is your passion. use that to help you win the election. We watch the last clip so that our party leader can be privy of the exercise we are doing. So, Bwana Party Leader, I told the members to record a 1-minute soundbite of why they are running. We are using that to explain and help each other understand the need for media, the need for communication, and the need for proper public speaking. So we are watching the last one before I step down. The last one.
I am Wilfred Nondo Muia. I come from Kitui Central, specifically Kitui Township Ward. I am running for the position of MCR, Kitui Township Ward. And the reason as to why I chose to run for this position is that for the last 10 years, I have been voting for various leaders in that position. And for that period, those people have been a great disappointment to the people of Kitui Township Ward. And I refer to Ezekiel chapter number 22 and verse number 30, where God spoke to Ezekiel. Then he said, I have been looking for a man who will stand and repair the wall and stand in the gap so that I may not destroy the people. And the Bible says, God found no man. I am standing in to be the solution, to be that man who can stand in the gap and bring in the solution to the people of Kitui Township Ward.
Seriously, you guys, have you seen that? We play it, okay, play it again.
I am Wilfred Nondo Muia. I come from Kitui Central, specifically Kitui Township Ward. I am running for the position of MCR, Kitui Township Ward. And the reason as to why I chose to run for this position is that for the last 10 years, I have been voting for various leaders in that position. And for that period, those people have been a great disappointment to the people of Kitui Township Ward. And I refer to Ezekiel chapter number 22 and verse number 30, where God spoke to Ezekiel. Then he said, I have been looking for a man who will stand and repair the wall and stand in the gap so that I may not destroy the people. And the Bible says, God found no man. I am standing in to be the solution, to be that man who can stand in the gap and bring in the solution to the people of Kitui Township Ward. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Now, what that tells me is that this man is confident. He knows his work. Even if he has not told you what the solution is, you actually imagine he has it. You imagine your solution, hatutaki kujua ni gani, but tunajua uko nayo. Are you seeing perception in how you present yourself? When you don't present yourself with confidence, then me as a voter, why should I vote for you? I need to believe you. I need to see the confidence that utanitoa hapa mahali unasema utatutoa utupeleke hapa, si ndio? If we can use the example of the ODM party leader, when he was telling his supporters, I am taking you to Canaan, even when he has not lost, even when the election results are saying he's not, he's not going to be the president, his people believed in him. Are your people believing in what you're saying? Are they believing? Unaendanga tu huko, unasema mimi nipigieni kura, and you think you'll get the votes. You have to be a believable leader. And if I've not said anything today, I am challenging you today to ensure that you are believable. And let me ask you, for the men in this room who are married, does your wife believe in what you're doing? Your constituents is in the family. Those constituents in your house, do they believe what you're doing? Naona mumenyamaza. It tells me a lot. Kama hujauzia mama sera, sijui utauzia nani huko nje. Why? Because your wife yuko kwa chama, si ndio? Yuko kila mahali, atauza sera za GTAP. But if you have not convinced her, oh, naona tu mimi nimeamua kwa hii nyumba tunauza shamba, mimi am running. Make sure your wife is what? On board. Usijipate kwa hiyo ward wewe umepigiwa kura moja tu na ni yako. Do you remember that guy who was voted for, I think it's Mudavadi, in Kieni? Is it in Kieni? Where hata moja kupata. Na running mate alikuwa hiyo ward mahali running mate na run hata kupata kura moja. What does that tell you? So let not your wife not give you your vote because hata sera hujauzia bibi yako. If you are looking for an audience, your family is your audience. Practice in front of your family. And I hope you are okay for them kukukosoa. My children who are wananikosoa wanaambia, "Mommy, you said that." A clip of when you are asked a difficult question, how do you answer? And I was telling you about Millie when our party leader was entering. I'm about to finish. That will be the last clip. Millie, her opponents kept on telling her, you are married to a foreigner because her husband is from Zimbabwe. And these women you'll face a lot. So now maybe they'll say, you are not married. Why are you running? They were castigating her for not having a child. And she said, you know what? The opponent spoke first. You know, sasa mnakwanga ma opponents wengi mmesimama mmepewa opportunity ya kuongea. Mwenzako ameongea, amekutukana, then unafika hapo pia unatukanana. What's the difference between you and the opponent? There's nothing. So contain yourself. God has given us a spirit of self-control. Akikutukana, you say like Michelle Obama. When they go, you are yani hata msomi. What did Michelle Obama say? When they go lower, we go what? Higher. We don't go lower with them. You don't go playing with pigs in the mud. You will be like them. There will be no difference between you and the pig. So, Millie Odhiambo, the opponent comes. She's my friend, that's why I can share this. The opponent comes and stands and says, you want to vote for a barren woman. That means she's barren of ideas, she's barren of whatever. They said all manner of things. And she's seated there. So she's telling me, I'm like, gosh, I am already annoyed on your behalf. And kaniambia Flo, I stood there. I told God, give me grace, give me grace, give me grace. Because hata mimi najua kutukanana. But she chose, I am looking for votes, so situkanana. Natukanananga huko parliament. When I come here to my people, I tell them, huko lazima nitukanane because I'm defending Baba. But here, she humbles herself because she's looking for votes. So she stood up and said, we know the lady called Anna in the Bible. All the people said, yes. What was the issue with Anna? She didn't have a child. She didn't have a child. And so she didn't have a child. What did Anna do? She went to the temple. And even when she went there, even the priest looked at her and think she was mad. But what did Anna do? Anna communicated with her God. And what did God do? The people are the one answering. God gave her a child. And she said, my people, I am not the giver of children. The God Almighty is the giver of children. Pray for me. That if He favors me, He gives me a child. But then I will also say, like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, that even if my God does not come through, I know He can come through, but even if He does not come through, I will still worship Him. So even if He does not give me a child after I pray, I will still do what? Worship Him. Do you think she didn't get votes? She got votes. Serious votes. Yet her opponent, kazi yake ilikuwa kufanya nini? Kumpaka tope. So as a leader, you have to have self-control. You will be in the media with your opponent who is saying ugly things na mnafatana. Hata anadanganya. You have to exercise self-control, especially if you're a GTAP member. Why? We stand for certain values and we will not abuse people. Sawa sawa. All right? Tuko pamoja? Ama niongee Kiluya. Tuko pamoja? Thank you very much. Finally, before I step down and invite the ED to come, I just want to say a few things. When you sharpen your messaging skills, it will help you communicate more effectively to your people. When you sharpen your messaging skills, what is my message? How do I want to deliver it? Our brother has shown us how to deliver. A, with confidence. B, believable. Remember I talk about looking people in the eyes. And then media is a key tool that you can use. And when I say media, I'm not talking about just radio. I've talked about WhatsApp, I've talked about Facebook, I've talked about radio, all those. You have to know your message. By the time GTAP is giving you a platform on TV or radio, it's because we believe you can be able to represent our issues well. So go read that scorecard like the ED said. Line it up with your issues, but also we are going to help you mash it together so that you don't fail when you're doing your messaging to the people. Sawa sawa? Asanteni sana, nashukuru. Oh, lastly, before I leave this podium, is that as the board, we made a resolution that we will support you in packaging yourself, even in the messaging. That's why I want to see every 1 minute video that you did, so that I can help you put it together. Ladies, please utilize me when I'm still available. Utilize me when I'm still available during this campaign period, so that you can do better. I don't want to be speaking in platform and saying ladies can make it, and our only challenge is messaging. Not that we can't do it, just put it packaging. Mwanaume anaweza kuja hapa adanganye na apate kura. But us, we know we are honest people. Sawa sawa? All right? God bless you.
I think we need to give her a better clap. So thank you very much, Florence. And I would like to say, Florence was not threatening by telling you, lose me now. She's under a lot of demand. So when you see her here, just know that this lady can do magic for you. So please.